Next question. Mrs. Reliance Limited, an Indian company, has exported goods on 1st of January to Mrs. Micky Incorporation, United Kingdom. Mrs. Micky Incorporation has agreed to make payment for the consignment on 31st of March. That is after 3 months. Payment is to be made of 55,000 UK pound. The first question is, who is exposed to foreign exchange risk? That is a question. Anyone can tell me answer? Everybody answer correctly. That's the Reliance company. Right on answer? Answer for the first question. As consideration is in pound currency, comma, Indian company Reliance is exposed to foreign exchange risk. Second question is a very new concept that we have. Explain forward contract as one of the tool for hedging foreign exchange risk. Now friends, we understand that over here that there are number of tools which have been developed in the market, or which are there in the market, with which say you can eliminate or you can reduce the risk which you have in your foreign currency transaction, and that is given technically given a name as hedging. Hedge means you have a protection, that is considered to be the hedging. So over here, say we understand that, so the question says that explain forward contract as one of the tool for hedging foreign exchange risk. So giving explanation specifically for the forward contract. Friends, in the coming time, like later on, we are going to have understanding that's the in one question only: forward contract, futures contract, option contract, money market hedge, no hedging. Like that, say we are going to evaluate the number of alternatives. We are going to understand that's at one point of time how we can evaluate all of them and how we can take the best advantage in a given situation. Right now, you just focus on the forward contract. In case of forward contract, what will happen? It is simple like this. On 1st of January, listen carefully, on 1st of January, the Reliance company will go to the bank. Reliance company will tell to the bank that on 31st of March, I am going to convert pound into rupees with you. On 1st of January, Reliance Limited will go to the bank and will tell to the bank that say after 3 months, that is on 31st of March, I am going to convert pound into rupees with you. You tell me a fixed rate at which you will give the conversion. You give me a fixed rate at which you will give the conversion. Suppose, like just for like time pass, I am say taking a rate. Suppose the bank is giving the rate of 85 rupees per pound. So this is given a technical name as, say you can enter into a forward contract for conversion of one currency into another. On 1st of January itself, The Reliance company can enter into a forward contract for conversion of the pound into rupees. So on 31st of March, whatever may be the spot exchange rate, you will have the conversion at the predetermined rate. And that is what say we understand is so the forward exchange rate at which say you will have the conversion, that is 85 rupees per pound. Once this contract is entered upon, listen carefully. Once this contract is entered upon, then on 31st of March, whatever may be the spot exchange rate, the conversion will take place at a predetermined rate, that is say 85 rupees per pound. On 31st of March, suppose the spot exchange rate is 80 rupees per pound or the spot exchange rate is 75 rupees per pound. Whatever may be the spot exchange rate after 3 months, the conversion will take place at predetermined rate, that is 85 rupees itself. At that rate, so the conversion will take place. At the same time, at the same time, what happens at say if at all the exchange rate is, let us say 87 rupees per pound, let us say it is 90 rupees per pound, even in that case the conversion will take place at 85 only. So once you enter into the forward contract, there will be a fixed rate at which the conversion will take place of pound into dollar, irrespective of the spot exchange rate which is prevailing on 31st of March. This is given a technical name as forward exchange rate. This is given a technical name as forward exchange rate. How to determine the forward exchange rate? For that, say we are going to have understanding of say certain theorems. Right now, I am not focusing on that theorem. I am just explaining to you that how does this transaction is executed, and that is given a technical name as entering into the forward contract. Okay, write down answer for the question. Heading right down forward contract. Write down forward contract. In that, write down first point. It is one of the method for hedging foreign exchange risk. It is one of the method for hedging foreign exchange risk. Second, over here, Reliance company can enter into a forward contract with bank, comma, in which Reliance will have a forward contract for conversion of pound into rupees. Third point, Importantly, whatever may be spot exchange rate on 31st of March, comma, conversion will take place at predetermined rate called forward exchange rate. Full stop. Fourth point, by entering into forward contract, comma, for an exchange risk can be completely nullified. Full stop. Entering into forward contract may prove to be beneficial for the company, comma, may not, comma, it depends upon spot exchange rate prevailing on 31st of March. Fourth question. Third question. If the spot exchange rate is 90.92 rupees per pound and forward exchange rate is 93.94 rupees per pound, then which rate should be used by Reliance Limited for hedging the transaction? That is the question. So friends, over here, for the purpose of hedging the transaction, we will of course use the forward exchange rate, that is 93.94 rupees per pound. So let us answer the third question. For the purpose of hedging, comma, forward contract is supposed to be entered upon. Full stop. For that, forward exchange rate ₹93.94 per pound is supposed to be considered. Full stop. With paragraph right down, for the purpose of hedging, comma, on 1st of January, comma, Reliance will enter into forward contract for 31st of March, comma, for sell of pound and purchase of rupees. Sale of 55,000 pound and purchase of rupees. Fourth question. How much Messrs. Reliance Ltd will receive on 31st of March if forward contract had been entered upon on 1st of January? For the spot exchange rate on 31st of March is 95.96 rupees per pound. Try to do answer on your own. So answer of the fourth question. Now in order to compute the answer of the fourth question, the forward exchange rate 93.94 rupees per pound is relevant. This information is of no use to us. Why? Because the forward contract has been entered upon. So it is 93.94. So we understand that, say, forward contract, it is conversion of the pound into rupees. How much amount of the pound? 55,000 pound. It is equal to this amount of rupees. What is the exchange rate? 93.94 rupees per pound. If at all you convert pound into rupees, you will get less amount of pound. And if at all you want to convert rupees into pound, then you are required to pay higher amount of rupees. First of all, we do the bifurcation. We are interested in a transaction of the conversion of the pound into rupees. So conversion of the pound into rupees, this is the rate. So it is rupees and pound. 93 is equal to 1. How much amount of the rupees for 55,000 pound? So 55,000 into 93 divided by 1. So the answer is 51,15,000. That is the way we are required to calculate the answer. The spot exchange rate on 31st of March, which is provided to us, is of no use to us. Why? Because the forward contract has already been entered upon. Just write down one line a note. Spot exchange rate on 31st of March, comma, is irrelevant. Full stop. already forward contract is entered upon. Full stop.